awe-inspiring, joyous, reflective, interactive, spirited, and fun. That is how I would describe my very first experience at the Women's Seder. I was blown away by so many different aspects of the Seder. In particular, there were three main aspects that resonated with me. The unique female perspective, the fact that Rabbi Kanter made the Seder personal for us, and the tremendous ruach, or spirit, in the room. So first, I truly enjoyed the unique female perspective of the Seder. So for example, for each cup of wine, we honored and learned about Jewish women who've made a difference, such as Lillian Wald, Betty Friedan, Rabbi Regina Jonas, and Henrietta Zold. I enjoyed learning more about these women who had worked so hard to improve the lives of others. And then another example of this unique female perspective was how the 4 sons became the 4 daughters. So the following is a quote from the Seder about the wise daughter. The wise daughter understands that not everything is as it appears. She's the one who speaks up, confident that her opinion counts. Some call her wise and accepting. We call her creative and assertive, and we welcome her to the table. And I just love that description of the wise daughter. Second, Rabbi Kanter made the Seder personal for us and allowed us to take time for reflection. So, for example, she asked us to go around the table and share one hope we had for this Passover holiday. And then at another point in the Seder, we had the opportunity to choose a question and discuss it with our table. And so one question that had a real personal meaning for me was, have there been times in your life when the Passover themes of liberation and redemption were particularly resonant for you? And I shared the fact that my maternal grandparents had their own story of freedom. So during World War II, they had been sent to Siberia to do hard labor. And they made it through and eventually came to the United States to begin their new life. And since my grandma had just passed away 2 weeks before the Seder, this question really made me think about how to honor her at our own Seder. So I decided to ask my mom to talk about my grandparents' story so that we could all reflect on how they had once been slaves too. And finally, there was just tremendous ruach, or spirit, in the room. So when I first entered the room, I was just amazed to see more than 100 women in the room. And I truly felt like I was part of a special community. So, and then during the Seder, we sang and danced. We sang "Those Were the Plagues" to the tune of "Those Were the Days." We even sang and danced around the room with tambourines to recall how Miriam led the singing and dancing of Israelite women after the miracle of the Red Sea. And then finally, we ended the Seder with a rousing rendition of Oseh Shalom. So, Rabbi Kanter, thank you for leading a truly engaging and dynamic Seder and for all that you do. And I was just so glad to have that experience, and I look forward to making it an annual tradition.